800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
It's the #1 reason for slow and clogged bath drains. That's right, hair. And the #1 way to open drains plugged with hair? The Drain Claw. Stop standing in dirty bathwater. Stop using dangerous chemicals. Just push the Drain Claw past the pop-up in your sink or tub, twist, and pull. You'll be shocked at what this little tool can pull out of your drain. The Drain Claw has over 100 tiny hooks that claw through hair, toothpaste, and shampoo that slows and clogs your drains. See how it works right now at thedrainclaw.com. The Drain Claw is made in the USA and is the safest, easiest, most environmentally friendly solution to unclog bath drains. Get one for $6.99 or 3 for $15. The Drain Claw can be used over and over. Don't be fooled by substitutes. Buy the original. Buy the Drain Claw. Order now at thedrainclaw.com. That's the Drain Claw at thedrainclaw.com.
Day after day, alone on a hill, the man with the foolish grin is keeping perfectly still.
We're continuing with some of your phone calls. Chuck Baldwin's coming up. I'm going to jam some other key news in as well. But right now, let's go to Robert in Texas. You're on the air. Go ahead. What's your view on the fact that America's going bad? I mean, this happens to most other countries. They get overtaken by corrupt individuals. The government is hyping up and getting the police and military ready for war with the people. What's your view on this?
Well, just like anybody I've watched this progression over the last 20 years or so, and I've seen it happening at when I was in the military way back when I was a kid, all the way to now I'm in my mid-40s, and it's amazing being in the law enforcement training area that I'm in, where you see the elevation of the drug war and then the elevation of the laws on the other side of it, and you see the only person that loses here is the middle class, and you see the police officers being more and more militarized, and what I've seen lately at our work, and it's exactly kind of along the lines that you're talking about, is the introduction of the federal fusion part, where we bring in top recruits or top candidates from around the state, and either state, local, or county police officers train them for a 3-week process, and the last week they have what's called kind of a disaster drill. And each one of these individuals have to learn how to maintain continuity in government. In other words, they're the response team, and then they work the federal government, response team into their program.
Yeah, they're becoming really federalized. And
absolutely.
And it's admitted the CIA is actually secretly managing all of these threat fusion centers. So there's a CIA officer over each one, and then they go, oh, we're sending the Austin, Travis County Fusion Center people to Iraq, and they're sending county judges to Fort Hood to learn about martial law. I mean, this is admitted.
Oh, absolutely. Now, one of the things you have to, I wish Chuck Baldwin was on the phone right now, because I know he was 82nd Airborne, and I'm pretty sure he was, but I know he was in Fort Benning for a while. One of the top schools in America that really focuses on things of that nature is School of America. Now it's under a different name. They shut it down and renamed it.
And they admittedly train the troops to learn how to torture and everything else. Oh,
absolutely. Counterinsurgency, the whole 9 yards. And that is, we have that. I mean, that was Pinochet all the way through in South America. All those were branded through.
And now the police are getting the pain compliance training.
Absolutely, and you are dead on the nose with that, and it's coming in subtle and more and subtle, and then you have these guys coming back, reverting back to the mainland, from these false foreign wars, which you and I totally agree on.
And that's what Iraq is a giant laboratory. They send them there, they bring them back, they become police officers, they've run martial law in Afghanistan and Iraq, and now they're here, and now the government admits that's what it's for. I mean, is this not diabolical?
It is. Now, what even happens even further, you see this big birthing of SWAT teams and special, these ninjas running around in jumpsuits, I mean, it's basically, but they're being fractionalized. It's just like, it's like if you were to set up a group of torturers. The first thing you do is you individualize them or you fractionalize them away from, the mainstream police force. And they get into this group where they're focused on, and like you say, they're radicalized. And I've seen this more and more and more, especially here in Texas.
Don't these cops realize they're part of a literal Soviet-style brainwashing campaign to be stormtroopers, to suppress the American people when the bankers totally bring us down? I mean, this is guaranteed. Their families, America, it's over. This is literally Nazi Germany, folks. This is creeping illegal death. And I mean, and we're not joking around here.
I think you got into it a minute ago with your bravery versus knowledge statement. And I think what you see is a lot of brave guys that are being brought back here after being completely desensitized over in these foreign wars, and they just don't have the knowledge because I mean, nobody learned anything about constitutional anything in the 80s.
Well, here's the other problem. A lot of guys are smart or understand it or have discernment. They don't use them. They can pick from this pool these cadres, and then they expand the cadres to a full conversion to a paramilitary secret police intelligence web that's already dwarfing East Germany per capita. And I wish I could talk to you for hours. And I want to go to Chris and Clarence. I'm going to do a couple hours this week. Will you try to listen? In fact, guys, tell me an hour that's open tomorrow so Robert and Chris and Clarence and others can be back on so people can hear this directly from them. Can you call back tomorrow, Robert?
Absolutely. Can you ask Chuck Baldwin about School of Americas and see what his comment is on that?
Absolutely. Call me back tomorrow, though. I want to hear more about this fusion center situation. Folks, we're in trouble.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Thousands of Americans are facing evacuation. If you or any of your loved ones might need to evacuate, you must do it yourselves. Please don't procrastinate until they do it for you. Remember the terrible conditions of those that didn't get out for Katrina. Go right now to efoodsdirect.com/Alex or call 800-409-5633 for information on the new Evacuation Pack. It contains 2 weeks of delicious, easy-to-fix food, along with the equipment to prepare it. It's packed in a rugged, heavy-duty tote for transport. Evacuations are looming with the storms and the Gulf oil catastrophe. No matter where you live, wildfires, earthquakes, floods, and storms must be escaped. Don't be like a deer frozen in the headlights of oncoming disaster. At least prepare yourself with this 2-week evacuation pack from efoodsdirect.com. Call 800-409-5633. On the web, efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
Alex Jones here with urgent information concerning trendsresearch.com. The Trends Journal distills the voluminous ongoing research of the Trends Research Institute into a concise, readily accessible form. By tracking 300 separately defined domestic and international trends, the Trends Journal establishes the connections that others fail to see or misinterpret. Gerald Salente's Trends Journal allows you to anticipate change, recognize the implications, and take protective strategies. Individual readers from every walk of life can put the Trends Journal Trends Forecast and Trends Analysis to practical use. Extra information to keep you well informed throughout the year when any current event of major social, economic, or political significance occurs. Trends Journal notifies its subscribers of their implications. When you subscribe to the Trends Journal, you'll also receive Trends Alerts. Visit trendsresearch.com today. That's trendsresearch.com. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. This information is too important to wait.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen.
Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cameras, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Chuck Baldwin here in just a moment to talk about his excellent article, D.C. Declares War on the States. That is coming up, of course, presidential candidate, Constitution Party 2008, a pastor, a great patriot. We're going to be talking to him for the balance of the hour here in just a moment. First, I want to tell you about ID Stronghold, one of our great sponsors. You'll just love these folks. They are the industry leader in RFID blocking technology. They have leather wallets, great looking ones, by the way, passport holders, and even cell phone pouches that will protect your information when you need it most.